Hey, welcome back. Is your dog bored? Do they need some mental stimulation? Are they being naughty and barking at every leaf that blows past your door? Well, enrichment toys may be the answer. They are fabulous. Stay with me and learn why you shouldn't use Kong dog toys. Just like us, dogs can get bored, frustrated, anxious and depressed due to lack of mental stimulation. All those naughty behaviours and chronic anxiety can be managed, just give them an entertaining job to do. I think you know all about Kong enrichment dog toys, and you've probably walked up and down the pet aisle and had a look at the prices of them. Oh my goodness, they are so expensive. Your average small Kong toy will be about $30 up to almost $70. So if you times that by 4 in my pack, that's $280. I don't want to spend $280. The pandemic has taught us lots of things, and the most important thing is the importance of social contacts and variety in our lives. Do you remember that feeling during lockdown of boredom, frustration, anxiety and depression? Our dogs can feel exactly the same way if they lack social activities, new experiences, an occupation, or the opportunity to just engage in normal canine behaviour. In fact, many canine behaviour problems are caused by boredom or lack of mental stimulation. We now know that mental stimulation is just as important for your dogs as physical stimulation. So, our top 6 cheap ways we use food to stimulate our dogs' brains through their natural instincts, their sense of smell and their desire to hunt. 1. Snuffle mats. 2. Frozen stand and stuffed chewies. 3. Roll tea towels. 4. The Great Easter Egg Hunt. 5. Plastic soft drink bottles. And 6. The Destructo box. So, come with me to the kitchen now. Number 1, snuffle mats. Snuffle mats are fantastic to stimulate your dog's sense of smell. They literally encourage your dog to smell out their food, but snuffle mats are so expensive, and when your dog destroys them, and trust me, and they will, you're out of pocket quite a lot of money. So what's a cheap alternative? Personally, I love bath mats. So bath mats are great. You just need to pick a really cheap one, say from Kmart, like this one here. The key thing to look for with these things is the depth of the pile. You want them to be fairly shaggy, okay? So we're using popcorn nibbles today, literally our product designed for this sort of style of enrichment feeding. It's double dehydrated chicken breast, very simple. But what you can do with this is it crumbles up really, really small and fine. So simply sprinkle it all over the mat and rub it in. Now this is obviously a very large mat here because we've got 4 dogs, but you get the general idea. So just shove it in there like that, and then pop it on the ground and Bob's your uncle. Number 2, frozen chewies. Chewies are the best all-natural Kong toy for your dog. Our chewies are made from trachea, that is the throat from a cow. They're simply dehydrated and they are the most awesome chew, just asking to be stuffed. We call them our standard stuff. So you can use anything wet that you feed to your dog. So mince, raw pre-made, cooked vegetables, mashed vegetables are fantastic. So all you do, as you can see, it's a perfectly formed tube. All you need to do is grab in this case we're using pre-made raw today. Grab your food and stuff it in the end there. A bit much there. Like so. Do the other end. Go in there. Making a lovely mess. There we go. And simply pop it in the freezer. Ta-da! Number 3, rolled tea towels. Cheap tea towels are the winner here. Go to your $2 store and get yourself a heap because they're nice and thin to be able to roll them up easily. You can do them 2 ways. You can do it wet. We use bone broth in our house because our dogs absolutely love it, or you can just use water, or you can do it dry. So today I'm just going to do it dry. You get the idea though. All you need to do is grab your small treats of choice. In this case we're using popcorn again. Be as generous as you want. I'm being a bit stingy here, but just to get the idea anyway. And then you simply roll. Okay, it's really straightforward. Roll like that. If this was wet, it would be quite easy to tie. Tie it in a knot, and there you have it. A wonderful, really difficult thing for the dog to actually dig through and find the food. It's wonderful. Ta-da! Okay, number 4, the Easter egg hunt. This is dog environmental enrichment. This literally is the quickest and easiest way to give your dog a task that may last him hours to complete, and it's completely free. If you live in an apartment, this probably isn't the best option for you, but you can adapt the idea of it. Okay, so simply grab a handful or 2 of popcorn nibbles, which we've already seen, and crush them up into even smaller pieces into your hand. I like to let my dogs look at me through the glass sliding door when I'm casting all those little delish pieces of chicken all over the backyard's grassed area. They really get excited, and this focus is what I use to enable me to leave our house with a minimum of fuss. It's the last thing I do before I grab my keys and leave. They all pile on through the doggy door to be the first to find the most Easter eggs out there. Just a word of advice here though, only cast the popcorn on the grassed areas, otherwise you will have trampled garden beds or sneaky little holes dug up in your patchouli patch. Number 5, plastic bottles. This one also costs you nothing. Grab an old soft drink bottle like this one, give it a wash, get rid of the label off it, and allow it to dry. So again, we're using popcorn nibbles today because we can get them in the neck of the bottle quite easily. Just pop them in the bottle like so. Miss half the bottle opening. You get the idea, but anyway. Whee! Making a nice little mess here. Pop the lid back on. Okay, and then you need to grab a knife and go to town. So you want to make some really big holes in this. Somewhere where the popcorn can actually get out, like so. Just all over the bottle like that. So, now encourage your dog, make that one a bit bigger there. Now, to give your dog the idea, I mean my dogs know what they're doing because we've done this lots of times. Give it a good shake and play with it with the dog initially for a couple of seconds just so they get the idea and they get one of the treats out of the hole. When they're throwing it around, the treats disperse like that and they literally hunt for whatever pops out of the holes. That's easy, fun. Oh, word to the wise actually, just one thing. Once the dogs have got all the treats out of this, and please supervise them when they're using these bottles, throw them away because you'll end up with shredded plastic all over the place. And number 6, the Destructo box. So today I'm using a fancy box because I didn't have any cereal boxes that were empty, but cereal boxes are ideal for this. So grab your Weet-Bix box, your cornflakes box, whatever you fancy. Fancy box again, just go for your cheap thing that you was going to put in your recycling bin. So what I like to do with these is pop a heap of different treats in different size boxes. Okay, like this. So we can put in a really long lasting treat in the middle one here. Close it up like so, pop it inside your box. Repeat. You can do this with as many different treats as you like. Okay, just going with these ones here. Like so, pop your box in there, pop a few more in just for good luck. To make it even harder for your dog, you can also pop some just rolled up newspaper in there like this. That makes it sort of harder for them to even get to. Close your lid, like so, and go to town, okay? Give your dog the opportunity to smell what's inside the box first of all. Make it rattle and make a noise. You will end up with a fabulous mess, so just pre-warning you, but at the same time it will amuse your dog for a very long time. And some of the longer lasting treats that we've popped in there will amuse your dog even further. So there you have it, mental stimulation, boredom busting, nose work and fun all wrapped up into super easy, cheap or completely free enrichment games for your dog that you can do. It's really fun, it's a fun activity for you and it's fabulous for your dogs. So get to it humans, the dogs will thank you for it and so will your neighbours with all of that problematic barking that's taken control of. Thanks.